guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account, and if you caught the live stream yesterday, we were making some progression in the Temporal Rift. I want to show you exactly the teams that I am using and how far we did push. Now the Temporal Rift yesterday, we were about floor 140, I think is where we ended up. After pushing last night, we're at 211. That is right, guys, about 70 floors we have went up with the team comps that we're using. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to break them down a little bit so you can kind of understand the logic behind them. First one, of course, and one of the most effective teams is the Ainz comp. Now, you do get to a point where Ainz doesn't do enough damage to actually take out the enemies, or there are mitigating factors with the badges that the enemies are wearing. As a result of this, Mortis within this comp will buff up Ainz, resulting in Ainz getting a massive damage boost. In addition, with the badges that he's wearing, it will help as well. Albedo in there, of course, for the defense and the attack rating, also the shielding and the mitigation factor that he gives to Ainz. We also do have Merlin in here. Merlin, of course, again, for the damage mitigation, for the healing factor he has, works incredibly well when you're mitigating damage. And Arthur is our tank, guys. When you put badges behind Arthur, again, it works incredibly well, amplifies the cast speed of Ainz, which allows him to do more damage. So this whole entire team comp right here, we've seen a lot of times, but it is very dependent on Ainz doing the damage, which is what we see with the majority of the teams within here. There's one damage dealer, a couple crowd controls, but in here, mitigation is huge, guys. When you start getting all of these heroes to 309, then you start stacking badges behind them. The teams become incredibly difficult. Heroes like Scrag and Grez, again, become incredibly difficult to kill because of the badges. Amplified damage with Chimera, again, with the badges that they have. The second team we look at is a variation, so it is Scarlet, run with a God tier comp. So if you guys remember, Rowan, Aziz, and Twins do make up part of the God tier comp, including Taylene. It works incredibly well. The synergy in here is very, very strong. Now we put Desira in here, and I'm going to show you a little bit why we put Desira in here. She is really big healer, but she also is very, very big damage mitigation. Having that 309 built on her, I know I don't have the plus 30 signature item, but 309 on her does work incredibly well. Rowan, of course, we have the healing potions, we have the energy potions, we also do have the ultimate ability with the crowd control and the damage mitigation. So when you look at heroes like Athalia, where he is opposite, Athalia will hit him, he will use the damage control ability to mitigate some of the damage that he's taking, allowing him to essentially offset what we have going on. Twins are going to link the two targets. We have the energy regeneration with Aziz, also the attack rating mitigation with his burning ground ability. Works in perfect synergy. A lot of players were asking yesterday, I don't understand why the team comps work within here. Similar to Abyssal Expedition, similar to Hunting Fields, some of the heroes really do excel when you start putting badges behind them, when you put temporal beacon levels behind them, when you start raising their stats up to a point, they do work incredibly well, and you start seeing kind of the synergy that they do create within the teams themselves. So our third team is running on Mishka and is running on Grez. Mishka, of course, super strong with crowd control, guys. When her wolf dies, she ults a lot. She has a lot of crowd control. She has shielding, she has healing because of that 9 of 9 furniture, which is a necessity. Grez, same thing. When he starts getting the minions up, they are distracted. He does a considerable amount of damage. Big thing with him, guys, is you can't let him die early. If he does die early, it pretty much crumbles the formation. But if you do have an ability to get him built up a little bit, he will live for a considerable amount of the battle. Damon, very strong. We see him and Stitchy in here. Big reason for him, guys, is the factor that he has when he shields. The blood shield ability will scale with how strong the heroes are or the enemies are. So as the enemies do get stronger, that's the reason he is so effective within the campaign. When the enemies in there do get stronger, he will get stronger as well. We have Silas in here, of course, for the attack rating boost, for the damage mitigation, also for the healing factor. We have Helos in here for the energy reduction for the enemy team, boosting shields and energy on our team, which, of course, Mishka has shields and Damon has shields. It works very well. Also, Grez and his minions have shields. That is the reason, again, you kind of see the synergy that we have coming with these teams. Now, I've tried pushing a lot through here, and unfortunately, some of the battles don't end up the way that you want. It's really easy in here to just rewind. You can see right here, everybody is stacked on Arthur, meaning that he is doing a lot of the mitigation right there. We get a double ult from Ainz, resulting in a very easy win even at this level. Almost full health, guys. Team 2, this is one that we had a little bit of problems with. And the big thing is with, one, the damage mitigation, but if Scarlet ults, boom, it's insane the amount of damage that she puts out. It's kind of crazy to see with her bolts, guys, how fast she burns down targets. It is incredible. 4.47 billion damage. Again, the whole entire team here is to support and to allow her to ult. That is really what we want. This team, I might switch this one up a little bit, but this is a team that, again, has been working pretty well. Helos, of course, has his little obelisk up, and just the mitigation factor is the big thing, guys. Mishka ults time after time after time again. Damon, of course, putting out a lot of damage as well, resulting in the team winning another stage. Even they're looking at Damon 2.25, again, 2.45, 2.19. Look at the billions of damage that they're taking, which is offset by the shielding ability that this team possesses, which is further by Helos. Now, one of the things I know that we kind of missed yesterday within here is Desira. So Desira does have to go to that 309. I didn't even pay any attention that I didn't have her built. So a couple things with Desira specifically. Her plus 30 signature item gives a 16% less damage. 16% damage reduction is huge when they're inside this mist. The mist covers a majority of the battlefield. I absolutely am going to prioritize building her out to the plus 30. But a lot of players wonder why she is so effective. When you look at her skills and abilities, guys, Siren's Call works incredibly well. The soaring effect, immune to damage crowd control for the following 2 seconds. She has an immunity which makes the teams work incredibly well. Hatred Mark, this again, big thing in here is the attack rating reduction and the accuracy. Again, works incredibly well. Even here, accuracy or the attack rating reduced by 12%. That means that when we're using her with informations, you're going to have an attack rating reduction for the enemy and accuracy reduction, resulting in the teams being able to survive a lot more. That is the reason why you see her in the Temporal Rift. That is the reason why you see her within the Cursed Realm in a couple different places, because of this mitigation factor. Now, the Oceanic Shield, of course, within the team, we have shields that come up. I like the plus 30. We're not quite there yet with building her, but it is a heal over time. If they are dealt damage, they'll produce a bubble. So that is the shield they're actually going to have. And it focuses on the most injured ally. Now, that is something to really take into a note, is a lot of healers, like when you look at Nomura will just straight up heal whoever. Some heroes like Rowan will only use the potion on the injured heroes. Same with Desira. It will only affect the heroes that need it. And then, of course, the Oceanic Mist, guys, this is a heal over time, which, again, I love. I need to get the damage mitigation factor of that plus 30 signature item, because this does heal a lot. It is a slow heal. That is the reason a lot of players did not like Desira or do not build her out. It is kind of a slow heal that comes over to the battlefield, covering the back line first, and then finally getting towards the front line. Now, with her furniture, enemy targets are cursed with 1 Mark of Hatred every 3 seconds. Remember, the Mark of Hatred is going to give you that attack rating reduction, which works incredibly well. And then, of course, this one, the enemies cannot receive a majority of buffs from their allies, which is awesome. So you cannot have stronger opponents because they're unable to receive the buffs from their allies. They retain the buffs they already have, but enemies cannot get new buffs, which again, kind of add to the mitigation factor that Desira brings. The other big hero in the formation, guys, is Helos. A lot of players say, hey, who can I sub in for him? He's pretty unique with what he does, guys. Some of the things even here, the obelisk now reduces the target's energy regeneration. That is pretty big. putting out the energy regeneration. Even here, damage output is increased by 20%, but the shielding value is what we're looking for within here. 9 of 9 furniture on him, very important as well. Cubes go to different carriers and they get shields. Again, looking at the shielding aspect that we're doing, which is the exact reason why we want to use him. That, of course, is plus 60 engraving. When an ally possesses any type of shield, thinking of the formation, Grez has shields, Mishka has shields, Damon has shields, Helos has shields. They shall recover 15 energy points per second. Each ally can recover up to 300 energy points as a result of the skill. Big thing, guys, Helos has no recovery limit. That is right, guys. They do not cap him when he is shielded, which is awesome to see. And of course, the divine protection or projection. This goes on a couple people. When you start seeing the cubes appear around people, they get frontline allies receive dodge, have their 15% of the damage reduced. Just similar to Desira, the damage reduction in here is really big, guys. The Obelisk Cube is bestowed a Divide Cube with all of the full effects from the start of battle till the end, which again is awesome. This goes on the hero with the highest combat rating. Most of the time, in this case, it's going to be Grez for me, just because I have him so built with the engraving and everything else. So his combat rating is pretty high. Frontline, he is going to get, of course, Life Leech. He is going to get a lot of mitigating factors in here, which makes, again, the Temporal Rift teams work incredibly well. Then behind there, guys, you stack the Temporal Beacon. So within the Temporal Beacon, guys, you can see we're Tank, Mage, and Support. Those are the 3 that we're focusing on right now. Building those out, we don't build Ranger or Warrior because we do not use any heroes from those factions or from those specific classes. Fountain, of course, you want to build up as fast as you can, running through the Temporal Rift on a regular basis. So guys, that'll do it for today's video. I hope it helped within the Temporal Rift. Again, a lot of players were asking what exact teams I was running. Those are the 3 that I am focused on right now that are working incredibly well. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.